Alright guys, this is Doc M with another Minecraft video, and today guys we want to talk about the witch spawning. Oh, we got one in there actually. So yeah, the guys of Jail Server and we did a little bit of research and we came up with this witch spawning prototype or witch farm prototype, and most of you guys wondered about how witch spawning works. So let's explain some things. First of all, how is a witch treated? What is a witch? Well, very simple. A witch is an ordinary mob, just like a creeper, like a zombie, like a skeleton. The difference is it is not aggressive, but it shares the same mob cap. So that is an important information to know for farming them. So they share the mob cap with the other mobs, the regular hostile mobs. Next thing, and I want to give big shout outs. I wish we had that tool a bit earlier. Big shout outs to KaboPC. He did an excellent video scoping out the spawning areas of the wither skellies, and they work the same. As I said before, it's not the chunks, it's different. And you can see here in my F3 screen this indicator. It shows monsters, which monsters can spawn where, and you can definitely see here in the swamp we have slime spawning, but we don't see, we are definitely in the chunk of the witch's hut here, and we don't see any witch spawning. But if we go in the real hut, there you can see it, monsters, witch only, and you can see the borders of the thing real nicely. So up to here. So if you look at a hut like that, you can definitely see you have a spawning area, a spawning box at exactly the size of the witch hut. So the witch hut plus roof, witch hut plus roof plus veranda here. You can see if you stand on here and over there. So we got a nice boundary box. So basically, if you take some wool blocks to mark it out, all this, and if you look on top, on the roof, all this is the spawning area of a witch around their hut. Only the hut and the veranda, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 9, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. 7 by 9. So this is the spawning area of the witch inside this box, and we also have to check how deep it is. Right now this is head level. Here witches could still spawn on that block, so let's go down one block. Aha, and we lose it already. So that means right there on top of that block would be another block witches can spawn, and now we need to figure out the height limit. Let's see. To do that, we basically go in here inside the box, go up a bit. Let me go up. Alright. So you see it. It is limited top as well, so we can't go too high. So after trying around some things, the maximum you can fit in is 2 spawning spaces at this height. Witches then can spawn in there. They need a too high gap to spawn, and then you basically take out the roof and you end up with 2 layers of spawning space, which is not a lot. Here would be a second layer where the yellow wool is, and your first layer would be down here. You can also move both up by 1. That has some reasons if you want to do that farm fully legit. Yeah, you have to maximize spawn rates, and that is something we should talk about next. So first thing to remember, 7 by 9 spawning box, and you can fit in 2 spawning floors. Alright, we are in the same world, but we changed some stuff around here. So this is our witch's hut now. We got our 2 spawning layers in there, and what you can see here, let me get some torches so you can see better. We have this glass in here, this is for a reason. This witch hut was not totally ideal, because look at the biome, swampland, and here we are in a river biome. That was just interfering here. These few blocks are river biome. That means witches would not spawn on there, but any other mob, and we would have creepers and other things in the system. So that's not ideal. We are losing in total 10 spawning spots in this witch cave here. Let me get out of here again. So, as I said, they behave like normal mobs. They share the mob cap, so we need to prevent other mobs from spawning to increase the chances actual witches are spawned. So what I did now, we have all caves lit up, / I filled them all in a radius of 128 blocks from the edge of the spawning pad. So you go 128 this way, 128 this way, 128 this way, 128 this way, and light up all your caves. That's what you would just do for a normal mob system, right? That's what you have to do. Caving is part of the game, and I think it is okay. It's not like a gigantic area. Then what I also did to make it really ideal, I half-slapped the area. I half-slapped the area out. It's not really necessary. You can also work with torches, but basically what I created is a nice perimeter. And now let's have a look at the spawn rates of the witches in an ideal situation, which can be done in a vanilla world. Just some decent caving, but it'll take you a while. It's a project like a nice mob farm, but it's definitely worth it if you look at the spawning rates now. It's basically insane. I don't know, we already instant spawned 15 witches or something, and keeps on going. And yeah, you can easily farm them. Okay, let's walk a bit closer in to see their behavior. This design is not made for fast walking, fast walk off or whatever, but as you see, we have this little water stream in there, and the water stream there is a bit higher. The water streams here are in a 1.5 deep hole, basically 2 blocks from the spawning pads. But as we have this little higher water streams here, it's only a jump distance of 3, and even the witches on top will try to jump down here, so we can easily get them to jump down, have it really compact. We don't need no signs or anything else, or trapdoors. But of course, if you use trapdoors and encourage their pathfinding to walk off faster, you could even make it more crazy. And what I did here, and that is basically as simple as it gets. We can have a small look inside here. We just have this drop here, and we kill them. You have to, there they go, dead. And you can pick up the loot, and it's really nice. I mean, refillable glowstone, refillable redstone, sticks, so sugar, bottles. It's really worth it. And the spider eyes, gunpowder, nice brewing ingredients, and you could basically just use a simple drop to kill him. In our demo setup, we used it's crazy. Look at that. Even with some light around, and but I need darkness, of course, pitch darkness, and that is where the screen here on top comes in place. But we will talk about efficiency in a second when we look at a world where we did basically spend 2 hours to make the thing, and we check out the rates there. So yeah, this is how it works. What you could of course do is add your drop collection here. We transported all the witches to the to the Nether, just to store all the entities AFK, and then in an unloaded chunk, and then you can go and kill him there later on. But you can also instantly kill him, collect their drops. You can stay below the farm and have a loot collection system there. You can have fence posts, water streams, and transport the loot away with ice streams, AFK stream, you know what I mean. If you don't know what that is, check out JL's videos about how to store infinite loot in unloaded chunks. Really simple principle. And that is what you can also use for that. And now let's have a look at a legit world where we just try to get it working without yeah, big caving effort just doing it for fun. So let's check it out. Ah, okay, welcome to the same world again, and this is a world where we derped around for a bit. You can see the torch spam. That is something that you wouldn't do, but just got some torches around. And we also did some very basic caving. Let me quickly change the difficulty setting so we can actually get spawns. Have a quick look here at the X-ray. So if you look around, some stuff is lit up, but there's also a lot of dark spots everywhere. We just ran around in the caves, there's a lot of darkness and so on for a little bit. Doing some basic caving, and we got some squid spawning in there. It's crazy. And yeah, you can see, same principle. We already got 2 witches spawning. They're walking off their platforms, but you definitely can also see the spawn rates are not as crazy. And that is mainly because of caving. Yeah, but we get some witches in there, you see? And we didn't cave a lot. So, of course, it works. You have to think about maximizing the efficiency of your trap, and that is what we did here. Let me quickly explain you 3 or 2 important guidelines. A, darkness. You need it pitch black in there so they spawn nicely. So what do? You take the edge of your spawning pad, and you go out exactly 15 blocks with your roof, and you do that to all sides, and you end up with a construction like that. You put half slabs on the sides, you throw in water, which can be done super simple, not much resources needed, no resources at all, a bit of wood. That's the first part. The next thing, of course, improving efficiency of your mob trap. And key for that is, if you look at your spawning pads, for example here on the top spawning pad, we are now head level with it. If you look around in a radius of at least 20 blocks, there's no solid block anywhere. It's all air. And air makes the mob spawn air blocks. Really important. Same goes for the lower spawning pad. You can see that. There's no solid blocks. Air blocks all around. That's why we took this roof and have no box thing around it. Of course, you have the water in here, same as on the roof, to prevent the spawning of other mobs, because it's dark around here. Of course, spiders and other things would spawn in here and potentially walk in there or whatever. You know, take up your mob cap, you don't want that. So prevent spawning in the close vicinity. And last but not least, of course, the drop again. In case you wonder, if you drop them more than 30 blocks, they will be dead for sure. If you go lower, you can weaken them, but yeah, it's they're hard to handle. They can heal themselves and so on. So really important to keep that in mind as well. So to sum it up, you can see even in a world like that where we really didn't do great caving, you can see decent spawn rates, and yeah, as in all mob traps, good caving gives you good rates. Watch the efficiency a bit, watch the light level, and then you should be able to nicely farm these witches and get a lot of good stuff, which is redstone, glowstone dust, and yeah, let's see, maybe some dropped. You can grab the loot, sticks, sugar, bottles, 6-7 drops. So it's a useful mob to farm, definitely. And yeah, we have this little drop here, 30 blocks, and there you can see some of the loot. How can I clear my inventory with one click? Or whatever. Yeah, there you go. Parts of the drop, sticks they drop as well, and water bottles. So definitely worth farming them, and alternatives using AFK streams with ice, transporting the loot more than 120 blocks or so away, and you can store them in not loaded chunks, or the way we did it, send them to the Nether, and you know, display them, and then you can have him drop the 30 blocks and collect all the loot at once, whatever you want. But this is the principle of the witch farming. I hope you found that useful, and that's it for today. Thanks a lot to the community. You know, it's never one guy, always keep that in mind. I'm out. Bye bye.